Fury versus Joshua is a bigger fight than Fury versus Usyk. That's what Eddie Hearn said. Let's talk about it on BWTM Sports. Don't go anywhere. So the man in the know, the world's biggest and best promoter in the world, says Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury is a bigger fight than Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk. So what Hearn is telling us, or we're led to believe, is that Anthony Joshua, coming off back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk, the middleweight, Tyson Fury's terms, the middleweight, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion, current unified champion, and the only other man to hold the unified belts apart from Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, still undefeated as a heavyweight, and the only man now unbeaten in the heavyweight division that is capable of challenging Tyson Fury, and the opportunity now to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This man pops up again, ruined the first opportunity of undisputed when they had the opportunity to make Joshua versus Wilder. They messed that up. Unforgivable. And now he's back again, telling us now that Fury versus Joshua is a bigger fight than Usyk versus Fury for the undisputed heavyweight championship was. How long have we been waiting for undisputed? And now he's telling us a guy who's had back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk. Back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk is a bigger fight than the man that's beating back-to-back Alexander Usyk. Back-to-back losses Joshua has suffered to Alexander Usyk. And only 2 fights before that, Pulev and the Ruiz fight, he was falling, London Bridge was falling down in America, getting knocked down 4 or 5 times by Andy Ruiz in America. So, who are you trying to fool here? I mean, who are you trying to fool? I mean, we know that this is clearly a cash-out fight, because if Joshua loses this fight to Fury, where does he go? Where does the rebuilding begin? I mean, okay. First of all, why would Tyson Fury be taking this fight now and wanting to fight in December? We know Fury's probably getting himself into good shape, I would think. Who's Fury's trainer going to be? 1, 2. Is Joshua going to stay with Robert Garcia for this one? The man who said that he couldn't be fixed, the man that said he didn't believe in himself. That man. Is he going with him and Angel Fernandez? Are they going with those 2 chances again to fight against Tyson Fury? To me, it looks at Tyson Fury's banking on the fact that Anthony Joshua is mentally has been mentally defeated by a much smaller man. And he must be thinking, well, if Usyk can be southpaw and give Anthony Joshua all these problems, well, if I box him southpaw and I hit him with a left hand, I'm going to knock this guy out. Because if a cruiserweight can keep Anthony Joshua on the outside and hurt him, imagine what a wrecking ball like myself can do. And he probably thinks, you know what, if I hit Joshua, I'll knock him out. That's what Tyson Fury is probably thinking. If I turn southpaw, I'll knock Joshua out. I don't know. But I don't see why, if Usyk is a middleweight and you can run straight through him, Why don't you take the fight next year? Build up and fight Usyk next year, become undisputed, and then defend your title against Anthony Joshua. While that time is going on, Joshua can have a comeback fight. He can look good against somebody in the top 15, have his top 15 fight, come back, unless you think Joshua won't get past that top 15 fight, or you think Joshua may get beat in that time. Because if you don't believe Joshua is going to win the next fight, and it's a 50-50, you think Joshua may get beat in his next fight, yeah, take the Joshua fight now. I get that. Because you don't trust Anthony Joshua. Because if he got beat again by somebody who wasn't a world champion, or he got beat by somebody who wasn't, worth anything, how could the fight be made? So I understand Fury's thinking of making a fight now. And unless Fury's a very smart guy, Fury's not dumb. Fury would not just make this fight for the sake of making this fight. There is a reason why he would be making this fight. There must be a reason why Fury's want to make this fight, I think. I just don't think it's down to the fact that I think it's an opportunity there. He thinks Joshua's mentally shot and he hasn't got much time to recover or get ready again. Another big fight. Can't cope with the pressure. And he knows that, what people don't understand is that if Andy Ruiz can get in the head of Anthony Joshua, if Usyk can get in the head of Anthony Joshua, God, and those guys, I wouldn't call them psychologists, I would call them mind screwers. Could you imagine Tyson Fury in the fate of Anthony Joshua? He's going to put it on him something silly in the press conferences. He's going to get inside of Joshua's head. If Usyk and Ruiz have not only rented apartments inside of Joshua's mansion, they've moved the families in, right? Then God only knows what's going to happen when Tyson Fury starts talking in press conferences or this fight is announced. What's going to happen then? It seems to me that when people stand up to Joshua or Joshua feels he's going to lose a fight, his demeanor changes. And he hasn't exactly got the best team around him going into a Fury fight. So what's he going to do? What's he going to change? Robert Garcia and Angel Fernandez in between now and December and get another coaching? They say if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's very much broke. So what are they going to do? What's he going to do? That's what people are thinking. I'm curious how they'll sort out the pay-per-view. E.g., will it be joint DAZN BT? Well, I think, from what I understand, it's not a problem. It's not going to be a problem. DAZN need all the money they can get at this point in time, to be honest. So maybe it is a DAZN. Remember, BT, from what I understand, they're going to buy Eurosport. Either they're going to buy or they've bought Eurosport. So DAZN need all the partners they can get. I don't know how much Eddie Hearn has ruined relationships with other partners. So I don't know how that works. It might work if Eddie Hearn is not round the negotiating table. That might be advisable to keep him out of things, because it seems to me anytime that guy gets his nose in anything of any real, there seems to be a problem in the heavyweight division. So if they can send him packing and get somebody else to do the negotiation, maybe it'll work. I don't know. I could be talking cobblers, but Eddie Hearn is not exactly popular when it comes to negotiating and winning purse bids and all the rest of it. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, Martin. What I can tell you is that Usyk versus Fury, for me, is a much bigger fight than Joshua versus Fury. Next thing, it'll be telling us that a rematch for Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury is the biggest fight out there. Of course he's meant to say that. He's a damn promoter, but he's lying. He's lying. And if Joshua gets beat by Fury now, I don't know what all the hurrah about Anthony Joshua is. I can't see. Mind you, this would be Joshua's, what do they call it? This would be Joshua's, if he were to beat Tyson Fury now, it would be a cherry pick gone wrong for Tyson Fury. If he can get past Fury's jab and he can get inside, there's a fight. There's a fight. You know, Joshua's got to be on the front foot and he's got to attack Fury. But we know that Joshua doesn't like to get hit. And if he was tentative trying to get forward against Usyk and he couldn't step on the gas and put it on Usyk, I don't see him doing that against a man that is bigger than him, taller than him, longer than him, and can box better than him. Orthodox and southpaw. And is like the giant size of Usyk. And is going to talk to him in English and insult him and insult him and insult him. If you've already shown mental fragility against guys smaller than Fury, Fury is going to get psychology is going to mess Joshua up. I'm telling you. And Joshua hasn't healed yet from the Usyk fight. And you're sticking him in against this fight. I mean, it's clearly cash out time. What happened to rebuilding Joshua's career? Is fighting Tyson Fury rebuilding his career? I wouldn't have thought so. Ranked number 6 by WBC. So it's definitely, for me, there's money to be made there. Sure, of course. And that's the aim of the game. But if you get smashed to bits now, if you get smashed to bits by Tyson Fury, where does he go? Beaten by Ruiz, beaten by Usyk, beaten by Fury. Where does he go next? Oh, well, you know, it's still the Dillian Whyte fight because Dillian Whyte got smashed by Tyson Fury. So we can get Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua 3. Or 2, sorry. And they can tell us, no, yeah, it's 3 because they fought in the amateurs. I'm right, 3. And then they can tell us, well, Joshua versus Whyte. Unfinished business. Maybe then we can maybe have Joshua fighting Chisora in an epic sort of Finchley's finest. Anything's possible now. Anything is possible. You know what? And the thing is, because Tyson Fury's talked so much rubbish, I'm retired. I'm unretired. 500 million. Fight me for free. What's it? Yeah, fight. I'll fight you for free. 500 million. Not fighting again. I'm retired. Usyk's a middleweight. I'll smash Usyk tomorrow. I'm a 7-foot wrecking machine. No, you're not. You're not 7 foot. You liar. So you said you'd never fight again, but you're fighting again. Flip, flop, Fury. So anything Fury says at the moment, I really don't care for. I don't even watch his Instagram. I don't listen to what he's got to say. 50, 60, 40, 60, 20, 30. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. I said, if Tyson Fury says it, I'm not interested. If Tyson Fury does it, then I'm interested. The reason why I say if Tyson Fury does it, because then you've got some actually fact behind it. But if Tyson Fury says it, flip, flop, Fury. No, flip, flop, Fury. That is his name. Tell you one thing today, does something tomorrow. So, you know, Fury might get up tomorrow and say, Anthony Joshua, you know, he didn't sign the paper. He didn't sign the papers within 24 hours. And because he didn't sign the fight in 24 hours, I'm going ahead with the Manuel Shah fight. Remember, he said he had a Manuel Shah fight. Where the hell did Manuel Shah come from? How did Manuel Shah even get a chance to be fighting Fury for the heavyweight championship of the world? How does this guy get away with such nonsense? If Deontay Wilder was to talk that crap, he would get absolutely rinsed, destroyed. If Deontay Wilder did what Tyson Fury is doing now, after I've had guys had back-to-back losses, they'd be saying, if Wilder was going to fight Joshua now, they'd be calling Joshua a bum. I was saying, oh, Wilder's fighting bums. He's fighting bums. He's fighting bums. Fury says it. Oh, he's ranked number 6 in the world by WBC. Yeah, former unified champion of the world. Big Josh. Yeah, biggest fight in Britain. Blah, 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 blah. It's all right to change the narrative because Tyson Fury is doing it. But if Deontay Wilder were to do it, it'd be something else. It'd be something else. Why are you fighting a man who's had back-to-back losses? If Deontay Wilder does it, it's one thing. And he's coming off back-to-back losses to, obviously, Tyson Fury. So someone talk to me. I don't have the greatest interest in this fight because I know there's no way Joshua can come into this fight mentally 100%. Nah, you can't. December, you guys got smashed by Alexander Usyk again. How did you beat me? How did you beat me? How did you beat me? You're not stronger than me. You're not strong. How did you beat me? That's what that man is saying. And that man is probably still walking the street thinking, how did you beat me? How did he beat me? He beat you because he's a better boxer than you. Yeah, it's very simple. He's a better boxer than you. He invested in better trainers. And he's a professional about everything he does. You are not. That's how he beat you. You picked 2 chances to be a trainer, to train you. That's why he beat you. You should have had Bashir in the corner. That's why he beat you. But there you go. That's just me. So I'm not interested in this fight. I'm not really that interested in this fight. Maybe if the fight is signed and sealed and it's fight week, then maybe I'll be interested. But for now, that's why I haven't done no prediction video or anything, because I'm just not interested. I want to see Undisputed. I'm not one of these fans that I'm not one of these fans who's gonna flip flop. I'm not flip flopping. I want Undisputed. That's the fight I thought we had. Usyk beats Joshua. And Fury fights Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. I don't understand how fans can be so fickle and be like, we need an undisputed champion. We need an undisputed champion. It's okay, we can fight Joshua versus Fury because it's the biggest fight in Britain. It's the biggest fight in the world because Eddie Hearn says so. Really? I cannot. I can't. Eddie Hearn trying to climb up the ladder. Well, someone needs to kick him off the ladder. And you know, the heavyweight division was in its worst state with Hearn and Joshua in charge. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry, because they could have had that Wilder fight. We could have had Undisputed a long time ago. So unforgivable. I really unforgivable for that. And they didn't want the fight. They didn't want to fight. Barry Hearn was there. They didn't want to fight until 2022. 2021, 2022. Bazza was busy fishing, and he said he didn't want Wilder anywhere near Anthony Joshua. So there you have it, right there. So I don't want to hear about, well, they when you get the negotiating table, and Wilder didn't take the money, and Wilder said himself that long before that, the decision was made. Joshua's going nowhere near Wilder. And even Fury came out and said, I can see why Joshua went in nothing to do with Wilder's right hand. So there you go. AJ versus Ortiz could have happened when he was at Matchroom. That was never going to happen because Matchroom wanted to use Ortiz to keep him as far away from Joshua as possible. And you saw what happened. He fought Malik Scott and he fought Dave Allen. The hell is Ortiz, who's number 1 ranked by the WBA and at the time was interim champion? How can you move from being interim champion, top of the table, number 1, numero uno, to come into Matchroom and having 2 insignificant fights? That's what you call sidetracked. Right there. So they didn't want any part of Ortiz. And you can see why they didn't want anything to do with Ortiz, because guess what? Ended up whooping Joshua's ass twice. A southpaw in the name of Alexander Usyk. Could you imagine if that was Ortiz landing that left hand on Joshua's jaw? Let's not talk about that. Let's leave that right where it is. Let's leave that just where it is. Yeah. So for me, let them keep talking and waffling, barking at one another. Let's see the fight signed, sealed, delivered, press conference, and remember, let's just remember, we've seen fights announced by a certain promoter and then not happen. Remember Chisora versus Wilder? Let's not go there. Right. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments as always. Let me know what you think, because it's not what you think matters. Let me know what you think about this Fury, Joshua, Usyk, Joshua being the biggest fight in the world for Tyson Fury now, and not, did you want Undisputed or did you want this charade? Let me know. Thank you for watching BWTM Sports Gaming. We're out. Thanks for watching.